Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I decided to make a video solely dedicated to the USAY conference. If you've been following me for a little bit on Instagram, I started speaking at the USAY conference for the 2020 year. Yes, right before the pandemic hit, Nika reached out to me and we had coffee and she told me kind of what the USAY conference was and what was on her heart. And that's what actually started our friendship together, and which now leads to Nika actually working for Brush and Barley, which is just a God thing, just to show what kind of the connection that USAY makes and how it really planted a seed in our friendship. But I'm gonna let you guys know all the details on the USAY conference, because also those who are not local to Northwest Arkansas, you will be able to completely join as well, and we're gonna talk about it. But first, I'm gonna let Nika take it away and kind of talk about how the USAY conference was born, the fundamentals and the foundation of it. So Nika, you have the floor.
Yeah, of course. So USAY started in 2019 when I was hired as a youth minister at Bentonville Church of Christ. And so early on, I used to be a teacher and a coach. And so when I was led to youth ministry and was in the interview process, they had asked me if there was anything that I could do to kind of like leave my mark or something that I was passionate about that I wanted to share in the ministry. What would that be? And so this was the summer of 2018 actually, and I had said, without knowing if I would have the job or whatever, that I wanted to do a conference, wanted to do an event based on identity, and especially for young women, because I think that is just such a struggle. It's a struggle from 1 to 99. I mean,
yeah,
to figure out, like, just to be reminded of who we are in Jesus, and it's a challenge for sure, with what we're up against, the image of what girls are up against, and there's so many things that are against that. And at the time, obviously, You Say by Lauren Daigle, the song was massive and it was just blowing up everywhere. I mean, people who aren't even believers listening to that and that just reminding them of truth. And I've been a big Lauren Daigle fan since like back in the day, back in college, high school, that kind of thing. And so they said I got the job, obviously, and then they said yes to it. And by 2019, we had started. And so what's crazy is when the Lord just like lays a dream on your heart and then puts you in the position to like let it fly. And so that first year, I just kind of threw it out there, seeing who would meet. I had always had an awesome team behind me, the church supporting me, and we had speakers that we brought in that at the time, like, and they're still some of my greatest friends that came to speak. We did a create portion, which actually had like singing involved with the song, which was really neat. And then we had breakout sessions and we ate together because it's always good to eat. So
there's food.
Yes, there's food.
There's your selling point.
It was a great thing. And of course, you never know like how the Lord is going to bless it when you say yes. And it was just incredible to see a room full of girls like say yes to being a part of USAY. And then just to kind of go off what Audrey was saying, in 2020, right before the world just like made a massive shift, I messaged Audrey on like every platform possible, literally email, Instagram, Facebook, all these things, because I had been following her. That just sounds so good. Sounds so creepy. I've been following her, from her Enneagram graphics. And when she was like blowing up, found out that she was in Northwest Arkansas and was local. And actually one day I was like behind her.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, one time I was behind her on the street, like in a line, because she had her sticker, and I was like, oh, that's so weird. But anyway, I like
drive by.
Yes, messaged her on every platform possible and was like, hey, I have this conference and I would really love for you to like, give us an example of what it looks like to worship through creating and to do it with your hands, and for people to just be connected in that aspect, because that's something that we had not really done. And she said yes, obviously, and so from there,
imagine if I didn't.
No, I mean, it is nuts. Like, it just kind of is a testament to when you say yes, and then also when the Lord, like when a seed is planted, it will grow, and it will grow in the time that it's supposed to. So the fact that we I just went out on a whim, and she was somebody who totally could have like missed the message, ignored the message, but she said yes. And it's also been neat to just have a front seat to like looking at how the Lord has made her flourish, and like podcasting, and just like having the confidence boost that is just like thrive. Just to watch that up front has been like a really big gift, and I could talk about that for days. But yeah, it also is funny because Audrey was sick.
Oh, I don't know if I should say that, but it was a month before like COVID shut down everything, so we will never know.
We'll never
but
know.
I was
dog sick.
not doing well.
Yeah.
It's like a whole blur that year.
Yeah, for sure. She was sick and was like, hey, I actually am like taking breathing treatment.
I was like on an inhaler and like, it was,
yeah.
Well, I had walking pneumonia.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'm gonna be there.
Yeah, and she came for like the section that she had to be there, came and talked to the girls, just so sick, but so willing to serve and be a part of it and like go through this Q&A and do all these things. You know, we look back at pictures now and we're like, oh man, that was a rough time. That was a rough time. And then like 2020 happened and every year you say has looked different.
Yeah.
We're going into our 4th year. 2021, didn't know it was gonna happen. And just Deidre Hunter, if you're watching this, or Deidre is someone who's like really special to me. I worked with her at the church. Her son is like a really huge part of my story, but anyway, she said, don't you dare like not do this for 2021. And it actually kind of makes me emotional, but she was like, you got to do it. And so I said yes to doing it. Later in the planning stages than I had ever been the previous 2 years. And
it was just like the protocols. It was
what
was
like
the right call. It was a lot on your shoulders.
Yes, like deciding to host an event in person, not knowing what it was going to look like, making sure that we were like going to be safe and weighing all the what ifs, and but people came and they showed up, and that is what makes You Say so special, is just like how people show up. And it's not super flashy or like anything like that. I mean, we work in details and we try to make it a beautiful thing that's inviting, but like it's more so about being in the room where the Spirit can move. And we didn't care that at the time we were wearing masks and like we were gonna lather up in sanitizer or whatever we needed to, but like it was,
we just wanted to be there.
Yes, we wanted to be together, and we actually, that like spearheaded an opportunity to have a farther reach because we did a virtual option. And to be honest, I had like no clue what I was really doing. I was like, do I do Facebook? Do I do all of these things? Which we weighed those things, and we said, hey, and we're gonna mail out these goodies because we give a packet of like resources of the notes and at the conference, which is just a neat little thing. And we decided, hey, if the people can't be in person, what's the way that we can make them feel like they're there? And so we, the people in the office, Pam Davis, like Christy Clark, so many different people were so awesome to help gather these materials together so they could be mailed out. And little did I know that we were like gonna ship things to Puerto Rico, Canada,
insane.
like New Mexico. I was just thinking, who are the people that are gonna maybe be sick, like from Northwest Arkansas, that are from my church,
or just aren't ready to go back out?
Yes, and just not ready to like be in a room, and that was totally respected all of that. But I had no clue that there was going to be that reach. And so with all that said, I like stepped down from youth ministry in the fall, in October, to be with my family and just to receive some rest. I love Bentonville Church. I love the people, and I love the Bentonville Youth Group and all of those things. And serving there for 3 years is just a huge part of my heart. But sometimes the Lord like positions you to be in different places in certain times, and this is a time for me to pour back into my family and just have a different rhythm. And so that connection that was made with Audrey, for me to like work alongside her in the studio, and like for You Say to still be happening as a ministry, I mean, I could talk about that for days, but yeah. So,
and what's so crazy is like I never wanted to say no to it, but I did have that moment of, can I do this? Am I capable of doing this? Because my account just blew up, but also I tend to go in my shell too. So I was like, I want but the gut inside me was like, do it. Like you have to do it. And just like, I said yes, and look what happened. So I just can't express enough how much You Say has really changed my life personally and the connections, but what I've seen, it make in other people's lives, and the connections I made because of it through Nika, through the conference, and just sisterhood, and just finding that common ground. And I'm so excited for this year's theme. Nika always kills it with the themes, the like analogies you use, and how you like tie everything together with not just the decor, but just like the night before, which 2020, when I couldn't go to the night before because I was sick, but it was the Disney night, and she talked about Frozen 2, just show yourself, and she like really articulated these beautiful words. And then last year you broke down some of the Greatest Showman lyrics, which that movie has always resonated with me in such a deep way. So she has such a way to not only connect to us who may be older, but also the younger generation of women coming up. So let's talk a little bit about what they need to know about this year and how it looks and how they can get their seats and get pumped for it.
Yeah, for sure. So what's so interesting is the last 3 years, it's always been at the end of January. So like we're shifting gears in so many different ways, because first thing you need to know is it's April 1st and 2nd. So it's like 3 weeks out, which is still fine. Like if you're local, you got plenty of time. And if you're virtual, you have time till the 21st. Yeah. But it's April 1st and 2nd. And it is hosted at Bentonville Church of Christ at their lodge, which is off of Walton, and you can check out the address and things like that. But it is a Friday evening and then Saturday event. And Friday is for 7th grade through seniors. And so that is actually the night that I speak, and we have dinner together. And I've kind of just like carried on this small tradition. I guess 3 is key, it makes it a tradition, but where I've like incorporated songs and lyrics to what connects to the theme. And so we meet and we'll eat on Friday. And the theme, let me tell you, that is Tend the Soil. And I am just thrilled because before COVID, I had not really resonated with spring. I had just like fall's my season. I like love the fall, and summer's always fun, but just I love the things that happen in spring, but I was never just like super pumped about it.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I could talk about this for days, but obviously COVID was just like, we're coming up on 2 years
since everything this week.
2 years.
We were just looking at memories on our phone that you were about to go down.
Yeah.
And we had no idea.
Yeah. And it's so ingrained in my mind because I actually went with my family to a Texas tulips farm right before the pandemic happened, and I like posted about it, and all these flowers, and it was muddy, all this stuff, and I just said no rain, no flowers, having no idea like the growth and the challenge that was gonna come. And like, you talk about seasons, being in a rainy season, being in a what are we doing season. So we're talking about what it looks like to tend the soil of faithfulness no matter what season or time of life that you're in, and that we will co-labor with God because He can make it grow as long as we keep tending the soil and also let Him move in us so He can grow something beautiful in our lives. And so the fact that it lines up with spring, I'm just elated. There's so many floral things that are happening, and it's awesome. So we're talking about tending the soil. And so Friday night, we meet at the lodge, 7th through 12th grade. And then on Saturday, it goes all the way up to 25 years old. And the weekend looks like having different speakers. I myself will speak, and then my sister Kenna and
Which
her.
is amazing.
Yeah.
She's a hoot, guys. You don't want to miss Kenna's speech.
Yeah, she's wild, and she just is so awesome. And obviously I'm biased, but like, she spoke last year actually, and she was for perfect. Sure a club favorite. But her and her former roommate, Shelby Sanderson, are both speaking, and they are so excited because I've just watched from afar them learn how to like model friendship together and know what community looks like in different seasons, and witnessing people that are your age or maybe dealing with something that you might go through, and watching them tend the soil with the Lord and grow in faithfulness. It's so funny because their little suite in college was called the WOG Tribe, which is like Women of God. So shout out to Naomi and Peyton. But yeah, and so I'm excited for them to share that because they're pretty fresh out of college. They're not too far off. My sister is a youth minister, ironically enough, and Shelby, I just can't wait for you to hear her story because she thought she was going one direction and she's in a different place.
Like, just wait.
Yeah, they're like, just wait. So you'll hear from them. We have breakout sessions where they look like stations. We get into the Word, we get in time to pray. And then we have the create portion, which is so awesome. Audrey's gonna bring some watercolor type situations, and we'll be working with florals, and everything really we do at USAY, we want to be like very intentional. And like I said, it's not this big like elaborate situation, but it is intentional, and it's prayed over. Yes, and it's intimate, and it is so special. And so like I said, we film all the sessions, but we also have that virtual option. So if you're looking to see what it looks like virtually because you can't get to Northwest Arkansas, we usually send out, once you register, we send out a link, and it's easy peasy. Like, you get the link, and you can watch, and you can watch it later as well if you can't be there like live, which is also a really nice opportunity. And yeah, we sing, we pray, we eat, and we play, and we do all these things. And so hopefully you leave, if you can attend, you leave just full of the Spirit, encouraged by the community, the sisterhood, and being challenged. And just also, like, it's a chance for you to water your faith, because it's really hard. Like, life is hard. And we want to have something that can be just an encouragement for things to flourish, whether you're like in a dry and barren time, or a rainy, like rain, like it can't get any worse, or if it's just awesome. We just want to add.
Ready for spring.
yeah, we just want to add to that. So, registration. I need to talk about registration.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which everything will be down below that you need. But it's super, I'll let her take it away, but it's super easy sign up. And then the ones who are virtual, they will get the tools they need for the create portion.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Which is amazing.
Yeah.
So you get to actually still do everything that the people at the actual conference get to do as well.
Yeah, for sure. So obviously April 1st and 2nd is when it's happening. But it might be like a week or two, March 21st is the deadline for early registration. And the reason why that is important, it's especially important for virtual people. So if you want to be virtual, listen to this. So March 21st, the link is in the bio of our Instagram. She'll link that. And if you want to know more stuff, we have usayconference.com. But the form is really easy, and what's awesome is you don't have to pay immediately to register. So you just fill out the link, and you can be registered, and that saves your spot for us to like mail your materials.
Know how much needs to go out.
Yes, because we try to mail that out.
So you get it.
Yeah, so you get it. And then you can pay, and we don't want to hound you about money, but like that is a nice perk. And as long as things are paid by the conference weekend, that is always just like a really big plus. So March 21st is like the early registration virtual. That is to assure that your stuff will get mailed. If you register after that, you still will have access to the conference. We just won't be able to mail out your materials. And then for people who are attending in person, you can register all the way up until the day of, but the 21st secures you getting a shirt and all of your goodies. That's the thing.
Yes.
We have a goodie pack and all these things that go in it. And so,
which this year's is,
yeah,
not to like pat ourselves on the back, but it's, I think, the best one yet.
Yes.
So many good things in it.
Yes, we're thrilled. And one more thing. So we started this last year. We like had a USay shop, which was really cool, and we plan to do that again. And last year we put it towards Our Rescue, which is a nonprofit that works towards fighting against like sexual exploitation of children and trafficking. And this year is going to be just as special, the cause that we're going to, and I'll have more announcements about that later. But we will have ways for you to actually contribute and give to a cause, which is going to be phenomenal. So I just wanted to add that. But yeah, I mean, I think that's the rundown.
That's the rundown. Make sure you're following USay Conference on Instagram, of course, so you can get all the updates, or if you have any questions. I'll make sure everything is linked below. But yeah, other than that, we don't want to keep you too long, but we just want you to know how excited we would be to have you. And I thought, why not make a full video just to share my experience, because since this is my 3rd year, not that I'm not qualified before, but I'm finally in a place where I can really attest for the USay conference, and it's not just something I'm promoting. It's something that has changed within me and something that I look forward to every year. And we just want you guys to be a part of it.
Yeah, for sure. Do you care if I pray?
Of course.
Okay, I'm going to pray. And for anybody watching this, whether you get to attend or not, the goal of USay is for you to know who you are in Christ and how much he loves you and how much he cherishes you, and that whatever happens, whatever wavers in your life, that you are secure in him. No matter what comes. So I'm going to pray and just take this as an invitation, but know that you say aside that you're loved so much. So let's pray. God, we thank you for avenues like the internet that people can hear and watch and see, and just it's another way for your kingdom to grow. It's another way for you to be glorified, and I pray that selfishly that we just always make sure that we have that in mind first, whatever we do. And I know that Audrey does a great job of that, and I'm just so thankful for her. And I could talk all day about how our friendship means so much to me, but God, we want to thank you for YouSay, but more importantly, we want to make sure that all the things we do at YouSay glorify you, and that the women that are going to be in the room or on the screen or gathering in their living rooms or wherever, that they know how much you love them. And God, we can't thank you enough for your son, who just in his greatest humility came down to take on our sin, and just for him to lavish the grace of us being able to have eternity in heaven, and the shot at salvation is just like unbelievable to me. So thank you, Jesus, for your sacrifice. And God, for anyone watching this, I pray they know how much you love them, no matter the circumstance, and that we always strive, whatever we do, whether in word or deed, that we do it all for your name and your glory. And so God, thank you, and it's in your son's name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Yeah. So come to YouSay, and if you can't, know you're loved.
Bye, guys.